Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Hipster Podcast. This is your host, Jamil Hassan, the Crypto Hipster, where I interview founders, entrepreneurs, executives, thought leaders, amazing people all around the world of crypto and blockchain. And today I have another amazing guest. His name is Georgy Verbitsky. He is the founder of TYMIO. Georgy, welcome.
Hello, Jamil. Thank you, Jamil. Sorry, thank you for having me. Yeah,
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's Jamil, and it's not a Spanish name, so I'm good. So, nothing against the Spaniards though. So let's kick things off. I'll ask you first question. Ask everybody is this: what is your background, and is it a logical background for what you're doing now?
yeah, I think it's pretty logical. I mean, I'm an IT guy, and then I 15 years ago I switched to finance because I would like to have some freedom, financial freedom, and freedom to live whatever I want in any location in the world. So I tried to understand what is trading about, the online trading. So, and around 15 years already I trade and I use complex derivatives like futures and options, and I use all kinds of markets, of course, crypto. And then I decided to do my own business, my own startup, and then came idea. Because I understand quite well how powerful the options and how much you can do with them. And in generally, it's a tool for professionals. So my aim was to create the product which will allow people to use the power of options, but in easy to use and same power, but with easiness, with 3 clicks approach, something like that. So we created TYMIO as a structured protocol and crypto investor app, set of apps, because we have 2 applications. For first one is for yield, and the second one is for protection. Basically, that's all the crypto investor need. They need to have yield and they need to protect their portfolio. So basically, we created the full ecosystem. At least that was our goal, to do this. And actually, the first application is already 1.5 years alive, and the second one, Protect, we just launched a month ago. So now we're full set of crypto apps for investors, because the investors are those people we are targeting, because in crypto, the people mostly like to maybe trade to achieve 10x or 100x, and this is quite a different approach than we do. We believe in crypto as an emerging asset class, and we would like people to do more responsible capital growth, like most investors in traditional finance do. They have a portfolio, they have some rules, they hedge, they rebalance, all that stuff. So we are helping such people to achieve their goals.
Awesome. So we're going to get into that term 100x. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But you said something that was a little surprising to me, at least from my perspective. I got a master's degree in finance, right? To me, options are not easy. You said options are easy, right? For the layperson, for the 80% of the people out there, at least in the US, options are not easy. So how do you make them easy, and how do you safeguard crypto portfolios from all the volatility that's out there?
Basically, options are. I didn't say the options are easy. I said that we are creating the product. We have created the product which allows people to use options, but in easy way. I mean, in a form of structured products. I mean, even if you use TYMIO, it doesn't matter. I mean, you even don't know that like the inside is options. You just see the structured product. I mean, we have two structured products and two applications. First one is a limit order with yield, which basically allows you to monetize your intention to sell or buy above or below the market price. And the second product is Protect, which is you can easily like protect some range, some price range. So the people just maybe they just don't know that it's options inside. They just see the structured products. And the structured products is much more easier than the options itself. I mean, you can the biggest exchange right now is Deribit, the options exchange. But if you like open their interface, it's a crazy complex thing. You know, nobody understands it, except like maybe 1 or 2% professional traders like me. But the common folks, they just want easy to use interface where they will just understand what's going on. I mean, and that's what we are trying to do with TYMIO. Exactly.
Yeah, I would like that price protection because I don't have it right now. I just have certain cryptos and I hold them, but I watch the price go from like 100 down to 70, up to 100 down to 70. I'm like, okay, I have this money. Okay, it's gone. Okay, I have this money. It's gone. You know, why would price protection be really crucial? And as we head into this next bull market, why should people have get price protection and get it from you?
Like let's see an example. Let's evaluate some example. Okay, right now the Bitcoin is like 94,000, right? So in some cases you might think that it's too high and it's going to be correction. I mean, we don't know if it's going to be or not, but in case you are really like afraid of it, what you can do basically, you can sell your Bitcoin, right? And you can like cash out, which is viable option, but you lose your Bitcoin in case it goes up. I mean, yeah, you're just out of the market, and you just, for example, it goes like 100, and so you feel bad about it. So another thing you can do, you can just use the hedging, the protection. So you like decide that the correction is going to be between 90 and 85, for example, yeah, and it's going to be during the 2 weeks window. So you just go to TYMIO Protect and you see, okay, what if I choose this price range, 90 to 85 for 2 weeks? How much it's going to cost me? Okay, it cost me for one Bitcoin, it's like $200, yeah, to protect such a, I'm imagining, yeah, it's not a real, like a real price. So if it's okay for you, you just set a protection. You pay $200, and in case the Bitcoin goes down, and it like end up in 2 weeks, it end up on 84, you'll get like 5,000 for one Bitcoin. So you basically you offset your portfolio. So portfolio is going down, but you will get profit on price protection. So you get, it's like same as insurance. You insure your car and you get the full payment if something happens. Same thing, but with market price.
I think it's a good idea as we're heading into this next bull, because I think in previous bull markets, Bitcoin's gone back like 35% a few times in each cycle.
Yeah. I mean, it's better idea than just sell your Bitcoin. I mean, of course, it could be like either way, but sometimes you don't want to sell. You just need to protect for 1 week or 2 weeks because you expect some volatility, you expect some, you know, price swings and stuff like this.
I agree. So I'm thinking that a tailored risk management is important, right? So why is that tailored approach important, especially when many investors like to gamble with meme coins and then also try to strive for that 100x, which is, from what I've seen, most of the time they don't get it.
We see it that way. I mean, if you want to achieve like steady growth of your like wealth, you'll have to have a balanced portfolio, right? You have to have stocks, you have to have like bonds, and you have to have crypto, of course. And you don't put everything on like to put on some meme coin. That's not really a wise thing to do, because you can be wrong. And so we believe that the major percentage of that portfolio should be, I mean, crypto portfolio should be like Bitcoin or Bitcoin and some Ethereum and Solana. So the major like blue chips of the crypto industry, and the rest could be some meme coins. It's same like I'm an angel investor, so I know like how to invest in startups. So you just invest in 20 startups in a hope that one of these 20 startups will like shoot to the moon. The same thing is with meme coins. I mean, it's the same essential thing. It's a speculation. It's you can be sure, and you of course you want to have like 100x, but the percentage of your capital which you put it in, the wise thing is not to put everything. You just put some, like 5 or 10 or 20%, I don't know, doesn't matter. I mean, so that's why we support in TYMIO, we support the major blue chips like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, and of course you can buy a meme coin, and that will balance your portfolio. So in case it's going like 100x, you'll have, I don't know how many x, but not 100, but for your entire portfolio it will be of course significant. So it's just a matter of your the management of your overall portfolio. So you can have tools like TYMIO, and you have like you can buy some meme coins. Of course, it depends. It depends of your how you believe what you believe in. I mean, some people believe that is a good cycle for meme coins, and the reality is that meme coins are doing extremely well right now, as you can see. The paper, a lot of meme coins are going well, doing very well.
What surprised me last week was that Litecoin got rebranded, at least on Gate.io, and some other sites got rebranded from a payment coin to a meme coin, and it seems to be doing really, really well right now.
Yeah, it looks to me like when the AI hype started last year, so many companies which are doing some different stuff will start to labeling themselves like AI thing. They just the same thing is going here. It's like everybody wants to be a meme coin, because meme coins are growing, and you have an allocation immediately for people who looking another meme coin. So I'm not surprised, and I think it's an interesting thing to do, and probably they benefited from it. Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. So you hear about the few people who make millions on the memes and make millions on 100x. You don't hear about the millions that lose all their money, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why many people right now are focused on such a specific few cases that you can have like 100x, but nobody talks about how to manage your portfolio in a proper way to not to lose everything. I mean, that's a reality. I mean,
yeah. So let's talk about some market scenarios then. What market scenarios do you think are the most risky, and why does TYMIO help navigate those specific market scenarios?
Right now, I think we're in the beginning of the cycle, like in the first half of the cycle. It looks like this. Of course, nobody knows, but it looks like this. And right now I think it's as a like a professional trader, I think that it's highly unlikely that we have we'll go back to like 70 for Bitcoin, something like that. It's most likely that will be continue growing until 100, and it will be around New Year, maybe January, until the Trump takes the office. And the second wave will be something to until the end of the next year. Probably it will be like 180 Bitcoin, something like this. That's my, basic scenario. What we don't want to have, of course, it's a big, huge drawdown, because many people, I think, now loaded their bags and waiting for alt season, and that's what they are expecting. And probably if we have significant, some bad news, I don't know what it can be, but still, if we have some bad news, they will probably suffer. And in case of Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can hedge it because we have options available. We have TYMIO, but in case of altcoins, probably most people they even don't use stop losses, and they will just suffer from these drawdowns. That's how I see it.
So 100 until the inauguration, 180 a year from now, unless, let's talk about some macroeconomic risks, right? One of them is world war, right?
Yeah.
What would happen during a world war? Do you think that the market would go up, or everything would go down? What do you think would happen if things escalated really badly?
Mm-hmm. I think the reaction will be like this. The first reaction, of course, that the markets will go down. It can kind of a liquidity crisis when everybody needs dollars. Everybody wants to deleverage, and in that case, yes, there will be sharp price decrease on every asset, including Bitcoin, of course, including altcoins, stuff like this. And then it will be depending on what will be the reaction and how people will perceive what will going to be next. I don't see any huge problems because I mean, in general, Trump administration is not like, how I can say, like war oriented, like the Biden administration more, because the Biden administration, it seems like they are ready to escalate. I mean, with all this Ukraine situation and stuff like this. And Biden, his first term was quite peaceful, so I think that it's not likely that we will have such an escalation after he will be in the office. And even before, it's also will be difficult to escalate, because everybody understands that the administration is changing. So they're going to talk to new people, of course. They will not, decide, have a major decision on, the escalation, especially military war escalation in this situation. So I think we are more or less, in an optimistic view. I mean, I'm talking for about myself. Of course, anything can happen, but my basis scenario is that everything will be better right now.
Yeah, and then not to mention that, we had an SEC chair, Gary Gensler, and I didn't really realize the full impact of what happened. But I went through today, I went through all my previous guests, and a lot of them were in different countries, and they moved to the United Arab Emirates, right? Because it's a more friendly environment, and Switzerland. So, and I know they're looking at options. I want to find out from your perspective, with the shifting tides, what do you see as the future of the crypto options markets? And how can, maybe novel approaches like your yield app and your platform help drive those changes to be in a better position than we have been?
I think it's definitely a very optimistic outlook right now, because the problem with decentralized finance was regulation. I mean, the major problem was regulation. Of course, they have another problems, which is complexity and lack of easiness to use. It was difficult to understand all this wallet stuff and like this for the common folks. But the regulation is the main issue. I mean, it stopped development in many areas, and especially in derivatives, because I mean, maybe you know, the last year there was some SEC cases against options protocols. So there were fines. Nobody in jail, but there were some fines, which are of course scary for every person who is building something in derivative space. Of course, they evaluate some risks in that perspective. So the Trump administration is fantastic. The new, I mean, it looks fantastic. I don't know what will happen next, but couldn't be better. I mean, now it looks like it couldn't be better. So they're talking about replacement of Gary Gensler, of Secretary of the finance minister, basically. And there's a lot of changes, And Trump surrounded himself with the people who are very pro-crypto. So it's going to be better. I mean, at least it's going to be slightly better, but in a very optimistic scenario, it's going to be like breakthrough. So I think the crypto world waiting for that breakthrough. And that's why I think the DeFi will have the new wave, or like Renaissance, and many of decent DeFi and like leader DeFi protocols are going to strive, and you know, it's going to be very good for them, of course.
I've been waiting for DeFi Summer 2.0 for the past 4 years. So, you know, so I'm hopeful. Well, I'll give you a statistic. You probably know this one. 48 in the election, you know, 48 pro crypto candidates were on the ballot, and all 48 won. That's telling me something, right?
Amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Such a great event. I mean, happy to live such a good times. I mean, let's see. Let's do not be overly optimistic right now, but yeah, sounds like positive changes are coming.
Yeah. So you help traders, you help investors, right? Other than those two groups, right? How can your platform be used to help miners?
It's easy because miners have like predictable production of Bitcoin, so they can use yield application to sell in the future, the future production. I mean, they know that at some point of the future, like in 1 month, they will produce certain amount of Bitcoin, so they can set the price now and either sell it for that price or just receive the yield, so they can enhance their profitability and have some like predictable price outcome. So miners, any startups that have, of course, everybody has treasury and they manage their funds, they can use TYMIO to generate some additional yield. For example, they have some Bitcoins just like staying there, and they do not produce any yield, and you can put it to work. Same with the stable coins. You have USDT, USDC. In case you are quite flexible how to manage your treasury. I mean, some companies are very strict. I mean, they just use USDT. That's it. Stable coins, they don't have exposure for crypto. And in case you are flexible, for example, we have treasury, which is like 30-30-30. 30% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, and 30% of stable coins. So we can measure, we can manage it, we can rebalance it. And in case you have some kind of flexibility, you can generate additional yield. For example, we have a model strategy in TYMIO, which we like showing how you can use TYMIO, and it's like 60% of APR. This is a real like numbers with the real deals, with the real transactions, which we which we are publishing in the form of a video each transaction. So so it kind of example how you can use your Bitcoin or Ethereum or stable coins to just generate additional yield. It could be like few percent per month, but still, I mean, it's a relatively low risk. So it's basically interesting.
So, see, you recap. You help traders, investors, miners. You said treasury managers, money managers, and startup companies too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And then the 60%, I know since the election, I'm up like 40 some percent, but like 60% as an annual APR is pretty good. Like it's really great. You know, you're going to be defeating some of the best hedge funds in the world, right? So why shouldn't everybody, come on, use your portfolio, and why would they continue to still go the 60-40 bonds equity when they don't need to do that anymore?
I mean, that is just the results for last year. It doesn't mean it will be the next year will be same because there is some risk involved. Of course, it's not like staking when you just having the infrastructure risk of the big exchange who can go bust. Here you have some risk. Of course, it's not like a huge risk, but you have some. I mean, we have a drawdown for several months, and it's just an instrument. You can use it. You can use it with a good result, or you can use it with not so good result. It depends on you. I mean, maybe because I'm managing a model strategy, which is, and I'm quite professional in that, so I can achieve like 60% APR for a year, but you can do like 20-30% without any specific knowledge. And that is pretty good. So we're not advising, go and use TYMIO without understanding. We're not promising. Of course, it's not a financial advice and stuff like this. It's just an instrument, and you can have drawdowns, of course, and not all companies or people are ready for drawdowns. It depends on the risk profile. If you are ready for the drawdowns, you can use it. If you are like super high risk, you can of course use options and futures by yourself, but you can be liquidated, and it's complex. You can be liquidated. You have to be professional. So we are giving tool for non-professionals, and it's relatively safe. You can use it without the risk of being liquidated. You will not go like, when you're trading futures, you can go to and experience tilt. You know the tilt when you like you wanna get back your money, and you lose again, and definitely you can lose everything. So not like this. This is a more like conservative instrument, but still relatively with high APR. So it's kind of something in the middle between like no risk staking. I mean, no risk. Of course, there are some risks, but market risk, no market risk staking. When you put your Bitcoin and you have like 10% per year, yeah, you can stake on Binance, you can stake on Bybit, something like this, and you have like trading when you emotionally can be involved, you can suffer losses, stuff like this, and we are in the middle, somewhere in the middle. So it's just kind of an option for people who like the middle thing.
So let me help the people understand. You differ from the Celsiuses and the FTXs of the past in that you're not rehypothecating people's money for them. You're just providing a tool that they can do it for themselves.
Yes, yeah, of course, that's a tool. And by the way, you mentioned FTX, and that's a centralized exchange. I mean, we are like we are non-custodial. We are based on smart contracts, so we are not. We don't have access to the customers' funds. I mean, this is a DeFi basis. So a smart contract is audited by the third party, and you can check the audit. It's public, and the smart contract is also open. It's public. You can check the code and to make sure that everything is fine. So basically, we are quite different from those companies that you mentioned.
Great, awesome. That's what I wanted to make sure. So,
of course, that's super important. I mean, that's super important.
Yeah. So they talk about, bringing the next billion people into the crypto market. I think we might see some of that billion in the next Trump administration, right? But how do you think for the long term we're going to get retail to trust us again as an industry?
I mean, the process is already going, and the people are coming. And of course, we are in TYMIO having a huge bet on the future in which a lot of new people will come, and that's why we bet on simplicity, because I think the DeFi protocols are very complex. I mean, even me, I mean, I'm 70 years in finance. Sometimes I just open some Web3 startup, the front page of some Web3 startup, and I don't understand what they do. I mean, all this liquid staking, blah, 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 so I mean, there's no chance the regular guy can understand it. So I think we need some more apps like TYMIO, which are user-friendly. I mean, we are trying to make it even more user-friendly, because our initial idea was that we make the simple 3 clicks interface and it will be fine. But now we're making it even more, easy to use, because we are introducing the tutorial interface. So even in 3 click interface, it still seems a bit difficult for people to understand. So that's why we're making it even more simple. So simplicity is the key, and I mean, a regulatory clearance. I mean, the clarity. There should be, of course, some clarity in this, so the companies will be striving, doing well in this environment. And I think we are going there. We are going there slowly, but we are going there. The people already understand that you can transfer you can transfer USDT. It's cheaper. It works 24/7 days a week. It's better. It's so much better. So next step, the people understand that okay, you can use deposits in a bank, but you can use DeFi, and it's so much better. It's so much easier, and you can earn so much more, and you can do so much more interesting things. So that will be an education. The people are going there.
I love to see it. That sounds great to me. So I want to very much thank you for speaking with me today. I really enjoyed speaking with you. You guys are to some really great stuff, and I look forward to seeing this great bull market that we're talking about tonight. I have one last question, though. In the meantime, it's a simple one. Is how can people find out more information about you, about TYMIO? How can they start to use your platform, become customers, start earning real yield? How can they do that?
Very simple. I mean, you can just go to www.tymio.com, and from that you can check all the information. You can check especially the documents section, which is the way we explain what's going on, how to use. You can check some videos. Basically, it's I would not say it's super simple, but if you invest 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I mean, or even the regular person can understand what to do. So we are much easier than the option markets, and in some cases the trading on the exchange. So, and you just connect your wallet, use Ethereum, Arbitrum, or Base. Right now, we last few days we integrated Base, and you can start by trying and seeing what happens. I mean, super clear. We hope that it's easier to use, and in any case, I don't know. For example, you can check my Twitter or ask some questions in social networks. We have official, of course, Telegram. We have official Twitter account. We have a debunk account, which is huge. So the community is here. You just start. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time today.
The pleasure is all mine, Jamil. Thank you for having me, and let's hope we'll get a huge crypto renaissance next year. Okay, have a good day. Thank you very much.